Ama
Kılvatımı olduğunu sakalı bakımı.
sen ne yapıyorsun?
Lazat çıktırabilsin. Senin muzin keyif var mı?
Aa.
İslam çakırları mı son istedi?
Ha?
İslam çakırları mı son istedi?
Kilise sürebilir sen basayla.
Ya. Basla mı basla? Buna da yok. Senin sus birbirinin baslaydı.
Ha.
Çünkü Lazat ya da 10 minut suyu bitsin. Senin sonra bulmakta. Ulan kim sonra uzakta başkasına sunum böyle. Sample statında getirip var.
Çağata.
Ya Allah suyu tuttu olur. Tek desibel olur bu var. O Allah'ın böyle bir punjeri. Kim sürüyordu? Kızlardan biri sürü versin.
Çağata ama basıp getir. Canım. Değil mi? Basayım ben. Ama sen tuşur vurdu mu? iPhone'a tuşur vurdu. Good morning, dear professors and students. Welcome to everyone. So today is a great day for the Department of English Language and Literature because final course students are about to start defending their qualification papers. So we wish good luck for everyone and our first graduate Abdulkarimova Lazat and the same with her qualification paper, authentic materials in the process of teaching English as a foreign language. And your scientific advisor is Doctor of Philosophy, Docent Abdulmatla Nilufat Farhatma. Lazat, you may start.
Good morning, dear teachers and dear students. I'd like to start my presentation and qualification presentation. So, my theme is, authentic materials in the teaching of, in the process of teaching English as a foreign language. So, teaching English as a foreign language is requires educators to employ effective instructional strategies that engage learners and facilitate meaningful language acquisition. First, next, second, thank you. Second one. Yeah, my presentation table of contents is the first one is importance of authentic materials. The second one is benefits of authentic materials in teaching, and the third one is usage of authentic materials, and the fourth is data collection. First of all, I'd like to talk about the importance and authentic materials in English teaching as a foreign language. You know, the use of authentic materials are important, and there are several reasons we use. One such course that is gained considerable attention is use of authentic materials. I'd like to focus on my qualification paper, benefits, challenges, and practical application of using authentic materials to enhance language learning outcomes and create engaging learning environment for English foreign language learners. And also, why authentic materials are valuable? Zora, I gave this question for me, and I searched some kind of reasons. First of all, real-world language use, cultural authenticity, enhancing language proficiency, and motivation and engagement. So, real-world language use. How we can use this? How we can use real-world language? So, authentic materials provide learners with exposure, genuine language used at first in real-life situations. This exposure helps learners develop an understanding of natural language and idiomatic expressions, and also colloquial language learners. Also, second one is cultural authenticity. It means said, expose learners to the cultural aspects of the target language. And also language and culture are interviewed by using authentic materials, learners, also context-dependent communication. And next one is enhancing language proficiency. What is this? So authentic materials challenge learners to engage with language in context. So they provide opportunities to practice and apply language skills and see by enhancing language proficiency. And also they're working with authentic materials. Learners develop their vocabulary, grammar, and also speaking, reading, and writing skills in the meaning of authentic ways. So, and motivational engagement. You know that learners are there are a lot of types of learners, and we need to motivate when we are teaching them, and we need to engage and we need to use different kind of materials to teach and to attract them. Authentic materials make language learning more engaging and relevant for learners. By using materials that reflect their interests, needs, and goals, learners also become more motivated and to engage with the learning process. Next one. There are some types of authentic materials for English language teaching. Written text, audio materials, visual, digital, and online resources, real-life materials, authentic conversations, and interviews. So, I'd like to give brief information on written texts. So written texts, there are newspapers and magazines, you know. Authentic newspapers and magazines are provide learners with real life news, for example, opinions, news stories, and also books and novels. Using authentic literary works allows learners to develop and use a rich vocabulary and also literary techniques and cultural references. Audio materials. There are podcasts and songs and music that we can use in the process of teaching. Authentic podcasts cover a range of topics and provide learners with exposure to native speakers' conversational language, accents, and intonations. And also song and music, authentic songs and music not only expose learners to natural language use, and also they provide learners comprehensive vocabulary and also gap filling, and also finding some unnecessary words or lyrics or grammatical versions. So, visual materials. Visual materials are videos and films, TV shows, and new clips. When I have collected some data, most of learners use these ways. It means that visual materials are so useful when we are teaching English language. Authentic videos and films offer visual and auditory input presenting authentic language use. And also TV shows, you know, we have the serial Friends. Yeah, everyone who are learning the English language, they have seen this serial, I think, because TV shows and new films exposes learners to real life conversations, opportunities, listening comprehension, and also vocabulary expansion. Digital and online resources. It means that websites, online websites, and up-to-date information, authentic articles, and interactive activities. Learners can also engage with content related to their interests, making the learning experience more relevant, and also so social media is also like Instagram, Facebook. We can use the online resources with our useful sites that when we are offering authentic language using form of posts, comments, and conversations and motivational videos, and also real life materials. Real life materials, we mean brochures and flyers and recipes, for example, menus. When we are traveling around the world, we need to learn the names of food, for example. And when we are going to theaters and concerts, we need to understand the information about events, product, and also services. Menus and recipes using authentic materials is engaged with language related to food and also cooking and dining, that we can use vocabulary related to this topic, specific context, and also authentic conversations and interviews. It means that authentic interviews and whether in written or in audio format, it will be more exposure to natural conversations, question and answer structures, and different speaking skills. And also there's improved listening, listening comprehension, and also writing and develop conversational skills. And also, when we are incorporating authentic conversations with native speakers, in the classroom or through language exchange programs, allows learners to practice and experience their speaking skills, communication skills. Next. So I'd like to talk about the benefits of authentic materials in teaching. These materials provide learners with authentic examples of language and culture. When we are learning language, we need to learn also we need to interest to their culture and also their proficiency, cultural awareness, motivation, and real-world language use. Authentic materials which reflect real-life language use and cultural context. We can also become increasingly valuable in teaching English language. One of the primary benefits of using authentic materials in English foreign language learners instruction is enhancement of language proficiency. And also, authentic materials expose learners to natural language patterns, idiomatic expressions, and diverse vocabulary. Next. And also one of some benefits is using authentic materials in teaching English is also from enhancing language proficiency and cultural awareness. Next. And also by incorporating authentic materials, educators create a dynamic and immersive learning environment that prepares learners for effective communication in real-life contexts. So, usage of authentic materials. When we use these authentic materials, for example, communication skills, when we are communicating, when we use authentic materials, it's learning, listening, speaking, or such kind of reading or writing skills, we can engage this kind of interviews or some kind of partner video resources. Learners improve their listening and also their communications to develop their natural skills. And also, authentic materials provide models of fluent and also their ability to communicate fluently and effectively in English. And vocabulary expansion. With the help of authentic materials, that is gives us real life awareness that we can use vocabulary expansion. Learners encounter authentic texts, videos, also audio resources that contain natural language expressions and idiomatic phrases. And critical thinking, which it means that real-life scenario is required to analyze information that we are taking and we are sharing with our friends or with our friends. When we are engaging with authentic materials, encourage learners to apply their language. And authentic assessment, we are sharing our information, we use our vocabulary, and we do everything, and at the end of this, we need to assess and evaluate our information. That means it means that we can critically do this and analyze information. Authentic assessment evaluates also tasks such as summarizing authentic texts and also practicing in discussion based on authentic materials. And data collection. I'd like to talk about data collection. So next. Next. In my data collection, I've gathered some kind of information, and most of them you can see that this one is elementary level learners, this one is intermediate level learners, and advanced level learners. This one, and this one is beginner learners. So it means that the authentic materials in the advantage because it provides real world examples of the language. In the next slide, you can see this question is modern technology useful for learning languages, and about 90% of these people answered yes, because they are learning English for their master's degree or their own reasons, and they use modern technologies, such kind of Duolingo or tablets or some kind of learning platforms, online resources, and also opportunities for learners to engage with authentic language use.
Thank you.
Conclusion. Oh, okay. I have also used some kind of resources that is written by Jeremy, and it means that when we are using authentic materials, the process of teaching English as a foreign language has generated significant attention and interest among educators. It is so major factor that our decision about how and what to teach modern people. And in the summary, when we are using authentic materials in English foreign language learners, is instrumental enhancing language proficiency and fluency. And also by providing learners with exposure to natural language use, expanding their vocabulary, and also they are improving their listening, speaking, and reading, and also writing skills. This is the end of my qualification paper. Thank you for your attention.
Questions, please.
I've used a practice of English language.
Questions, please.
Jeremy Harvey.
Well, please tell us what kind of authentic materials would be useful for teaching writing.
When we are teaching writing, we can use the songs, for example, musics, and we can use gap filling exercises for the learner. They can use their vocabulary and their critical thinking also.
Okay, Liza, thank you for your presentation. You talked about the benefits and importance of authentic material, but you didn't mention about the level of your learners and the age who are your object of your research.
I have given this level of the learners and in my qualification paper. And when we are, you know that learners divided levels. When we are teaching them, we cannot teach advanced level learners materials for beginner learners. And it's also when we are teaching, for example, school learners, we need to use authentic materials related to their levels. For example, school materials, we need to prepare for them interesting and attractive materials. Adult learners are more serious, that we need to them more to improve their listening, speaking skills, writing skills. But when we are teaching younger learners, we couldn't teach them writing or
But my question was, did you choose the concrete level learners of the more
Yeah.
or just it's just general level of learners?
yeah, I have chosen. Yeah, I have divided learners, school learners, and
Your object is school learners, am I right?
no. My object is all of the learners. General learners. Then in my qualification paper, I divided the learners levels.
Okay. Then you just analyze or investigate or research work all the students of the university, students of the school.
Yeah, classroom or college. Yeah.
Was it possible just do it in a year? Because the volume is too big.
I've used reliable resources. I've searched books from practicing English language by Jeremy. I've found useful information from these books. I've used it. I've searched from these books. That helps me.
Okay, next question. Again, about the level of your learners. And during your speech, you mentioned about the serial threads. Okay? Did you
Yeah.
use it during your just teaching process?
I've used it for my, yeah, I've used it upper intermediate level. That is when I was working in the school, I mean, educational center, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
What was your for what kind of auditory or level of learners did you use this video?
they were upper intermediate learners. They had age, they are maybe their second and third course of university, but they are specialty not English language. They are another, they are from another faculties.
Now, why I'm asking about the Fred serial, because do you think that it's appropriate to the mentality of our learners?
There are two sides of coin, you know. We need to learn their communication skills. I have also, I tried to use more familiar part of this serial. That's why I've chosen appropriate for our method.
Okay, thank you. My last question is about evaluation. You said about what kind of authentic materials did you choose, what genres did you choose that. But what about just evaluation? How do you evaluate the learners?
When we are evaluating the learners, we can give feedback or we can correct their answers. And when we are evaluating with the authentic materials, we can divide the group, and with the help of divided groups, we can evaluate, and at the end, we can main to improve their group working, team working.
How do you grade them?
Right?
Maybe my question was a bit wrong. I just wanted to know about grading.
Sorry?
Grading, how do you grade them?
We will grade their critical thinking. You know, assessment. When I was talking assessment, we can analyze our information from the video, maybe from the serial, from the interview, and then we can analyze their knowledge that they inform from these videos, and we can evaluate our knowledge, and we can share our ideas with us.
Well, will you please tell us about the methods of investigation? Methods of investigation of the paper.
Investigation methods of investigation paper. You know, I say this my qualification paper is highlights the analysis of the authentic materials.
Please tell me about semantic, structural, functional, and translation. Why you wrote about these things as methods of investigation? Why? What was the reason?
Because of when I searching my qualification paper, I've searched a lot of resources, online web pages.
Semantics. Why? What is semantics?
Semantic methods is
Okay, structural method. What do you understand by this? Where did you use in your paper?
structural method.
Functional method. And translation method. Where did you use the translation method in your investigation?
I give some examples from books that is translated from my mother language, from the book. I use quotations from the book. In my qualification paper, I use this translation method.
What kind of resources did you use?
I've used it practicing English language, written by
Concerning the translation.
concerning the translation.
Yes.
I've used online resources, that is quotation of the 예. 독도 методикасы.
Thank you. No answer.
What about how does using authentic materials give students confidence?
So, how we can give confidence for the learners? When we are using authentic materials, we can motivate and engage their learners. And when we are using these authentic materials, it highlights the impact of language learning. Also, this instruction may be benefit of using authentic that they can share their ideas, share their knowledges when they are working in a group. And we can use audio materials, newspaper, magazine books, and we can give them confidence about this.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen.
So our next graduate will be Nargiza, and the same of her qualification paper, developing the learner's listening and speaking skills using integrated skills approach, and her scientific advisor, Doctor of Philosophy, Docent Silvia Damignutabadi. Okay, you may start.
So, good morning to teachers and students. My name is Tuğba Nargiza, and my qualification works topic is integrated skills approach in teaching, listening, and speaking. So, firstly, let me introduce table of contents. First, I will talk about introductions and theoretical characteristics of integrated skills approach in teaching, listening, and speaking. Next, practical characteristics of integrated skills approach in teaching, listening, and speaking, and conclusion. So, the qualification paper's typicality is to examine the effectiveness of using integrated skills approach in teaching, listening, and speaking, because many teachers and administrative staff of educational institutions are still using traditional methods. So, for this reason, I want to show and describe that integrated skills is more productive and effective than other skills. So methodological basic and methods used in this qualification paper is based on decrees of the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan, National Program on Professional Teaching, and basic theories in the field of linguistic study. So the methods used in this research are qualitative and quantitative methods, the approaches to the study of the role of integrated skills approach. So now I will talk about the practical and the theoretical values of the paper. The practical value of the paper is that the results of this research can be used in elementary level students. And I believe that it can be used in lyceums and professional colleges as well as in higher educational institutions. The next theoretical value of the paper is that the materials of the qualification paper can be used as a main point in foreign language teaching, and it can be used in primary and secondary schools, and also in lyceums, professional colleges, and higher educational institutions. So next page, I want to talk about the purpose of my qualification paper.
So the basic purpose of qualification paper is to offer some insight into the productive impact of qualification work. And moreover, it will examine the advantages and disadvantages um, of this approach, strategies and skills used in this approach. Also description of materials and activities. And the objective of this paper is to demonstrate effectiveness of using integrated skills approach. And this paper aims to encourage teachers to consider that if they are creative, a course bearing a discrete skill title might actually involve multiple integrated skills. Next page. Now I want to talk about the novelty of my research paper. So the novelty of this work is to determine methodological and psychological significance of integrated skills approach. Integrated skills approach in teaching foreign languages to training needed.
Tell us about your certificate, please. What kind of certificate did you get? Multi-level? C1? What was your mark from speaking? Great. From score from speaking. C?
68 points.
68. We are very sorry, dear students, dear members of commission, as she has certificate C1. It's all right with your defense and rules. That's right. She's clear. Thank you.
So our next graduate, Andabar Banobaha, and the same of her qualification paper, performance concept and its national and cultural specificity. And your scientific advisor is Dr. Philosophy Docent Abdunata Nifra Hatuna.
Multi-level C1?
Yes, and also IELTS.
IELTS?
Yeah, it was 6.5.
Sorry?
6.5.
6 and 5.
It was 2 years ago.
From multi-level C1. Well, the only question will be asked, and that will be enough. Will you please tell us, did you enjoy while writing or while working on this paper? This is also a kind of a project, personal work. Did you enjoy it? Did you like to write research?
Well, to be honest, when I was second year at university, I wrote some articles from 3 to 5 pages. It was a bit difficult at the time, but this was, that articles was an experience for me and to write this. But at the beginning, to collect the data, my topic is complements, and I have to deal with mainly with examples from different kind of literature books. It was a bit kind of time consuming. I collected it with the help of my teachers, and also I asked them some advice. And when at the beginning I couldn't understand what the actual meaning of my topic, but when I started to analyze all the like examples and compare it with like research papers and and also that revising these researches, I found that confidence is not so important in our communication, but it is a part of communication that can create a positive atmosphere to the learners, to the speakers. But at the end, I enjoy it because it's a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and with the help of that researches that I used from the literature books was really helpful.
Thank you. This is enough. Thank you. Go further.
So our next graduate will Mubarak Azada, and the same is vocabulary specificity of American and British English, and your scientific advisor is Dr. Oswald Habib Badiban.
Good morning, my dear teachers and students. It's nice to see you are here. I am Osman Azra. As you can see, my research work vocabulary of American and British English. So, actually, of the theme of our collaboration workshops as following vocabulary specificity of American and British English, and this paper analyzes the crucial problems of learning English. It's considered one of the biggest languages in the world, as it has a huge number of these problems. Meanings that makes rich and diverse. Currently, there are various versions of English, American, Australian, British, and New Zealand. Many linguists have drawn attention to the origin of the American version and to the differences in the vocabulary of the English and American versions of this language. Descriptions over which of the variants of English language should be considered as favorably continues to this day. Characteristic features of the expressed is the exaggeration of the discrepancies between these variants of English language. The relevance of this research is the difficulties arising in communication due to the presence of differences in the vocabulary of the studied expressed the English language. The work is devoted to one of the urgent problems in the field of English language. So, the English language is widely spoken and serves as a means of global communication. However, some differences between varieties English, such as American English and British English. One crucial aspect of this variation is vocabulary specificity, which version of the distinctive words and phrases used by speakers of each variant. This scientific analysis explores the significance of studying vocabulary specificity in American and British English, and the aim and purpose of the qualification work is to study the history of the formation of the English language in Britain and in the USA, and to identify the characteristic features at the present stage of development. The novelty of the work is determined by the analysis of the lexicosemantic system of the English language. The The linguistic picture of the world, the formation of the English language in Britain and in the USA. Theoretical significance of this work is that the theoretical basis of the research in the works of scientists in the field of lexicology and history of the English language. Uh, Practical significance of their work is to familiarize teachers with the lexical differences in the constituent variants of the English language as well as their comparison. The work consists of abstract introduction, theoretical and practical characteristics of this research work, chapter and conclusion, and bibliographies, as well as models with examples of specific arrangement of oral lessons in the introduction part. We set such points as the relevance of the topic, subject and object, novelty, their main goals, tasks, and objectives, research methods, which we use it in our study, scientific reasons, and practical value of our research. Chapter 1, language is the main means of verbalization of the surrounding world. The first chapter attempts to describe the analysis. The analysis describes the theoretical part of the problem and deals with the survey of lexical literature of the general and special problems of teaching vocabulary system, as well as language as the main means of verbalization of the surrounding world. Language, a picture of the world, have been described and the second.
Thank you for your presentation, Amma. In your work, you mentioned about the history formation of English language in the UK. What specifically did you analyze? What was the goal of your investigation of analyzing history of the formation of English language in the UK? Okay, Isabel. My next question is again from your own work. In your chapter 2, you wrote about formation of English language in the USA. What are the differences between formation of English vocabulary between USA version and UK version?
Was the analysis of the lexical semantic system of the English language. The linguistic picture of the world, the foundation of the English language in Britain and in the USA.
What in your presentation, give a note to also work as a
Çünkü küçük benim de yetim var.
So our next belief, Bukan Mahama, and the same is conversion as a source of contrastive and typology background in different language system. And the scientific advisor is Doctor of Philosophy Cengiz Umud'un Muhammed.
Nasıl?
Conversion as a source of.
Louder, please. Continue.
So, good morning, dear teachers and students. In this presentation, I would like to talk about my diploma work on conversion as a source of contrastive and typological system in different system background in different languages system. So, in this presentation, contents includes 4 parts: background, research methods, research results, and summary. So, as you know, language is a complex system of communication, and it encompasses various aspects such as grammar, syntax, and pragmatics. In the study of language, there are two primary perspectives: contrastive and typological. The first one is contrastive perspective. As the name suggests, contrastive perspective is identifying similarities and differences between 2 or more languages. On the other hand, typological perspective is classifying language into based on their different structures and backgrounds. So, next page. So, what is conversion? Conversion is a process where a word can change its grammatical. What is conversion? Conversion is a process where a word can change its grammatical background without adding any prefixes and suffixes. So, next page, please. For example, we can see an example of conversion. For example, in English, a word to fish can be converted into noun a fish, and in Russian, a word красивый beautiful can be inverted in noun красивая beauty. So there are many types of conversion, but I'm gonna talk about 4 main types of conversion. First one is verbalization. As the name suggests, formation of words. For example, ape converted into noun, ape noun converted into verb to ape. Next type is substantivation, formation of nouns. For example, private adjective can be inverted into noun private. Next type is adjectivation, formation of adjectives. For example, down adverb can be converted into down adjective. Next, last type is adverbialization, formation of adverbs. So, in the next part,
Thank you. Questions for conversions, yeah?
Conversion is a source of classic and mythological ground in different language system. Yes? Yeah, now let's talk about why this topic is topical.
because conversion is the essential part of any language, because speakers using by this method or they can create new words. That's why it's important. I mean, one word has another meaning.
Why this topic is topical nowadays? What motivated you, what encouraged you to choose this topic especially?
Because during I researched this topic, I had seen that before this topic uh, didn't discuss it more.
Did
That's
not
what
discuss it?
didn't discuss it before.
Who did not discuss it?
I mean, they are little about this topic information. There are little information about this topic. That's why I interested this.
So my next important question to you. Let's talk about scientists that investigated the topic for you.
Scientists. How to say? They are researchers. Discovered conversion.
Oh, please. Let's talk
I
about
didn't-
scientists that investigated the topic before you.
Sorry, can you? No, I didn't catch your question.
Now, can you tell me the scientists investigated the topic before you?
A scientist.
The author. Can you tell about the authors who has looked through or worked on the same topic?
They are one author from America. His name is.
Please don't do not speak wrong English. Can you specify? Don't speak wrong English, please. Tidak hanya for some specific answer for this one.
But yes, I have, but
You don't know.
unfortunately, I didn't remember.
You need to remember.
Yeah.
You have to present the whole video
All the authors of the given is a reference.
The reference.
Parts, yeah. These are the learners who investigated the same topic yet before you.
Now, okay. Let's talk about the results of your findings.
Um, uh, from my presentation, we can see some results.
No, I'm not talking about the good presentation. I'm asking about the beautiful. That's okay. Thank you very much. It's normal.
Okay, thank you. How much? Give me a second.
So our next graduate session by Sada and the same of her qualification paper, aspects of technologies as basic principles and procedures of teaching foreign languages, and her scientific advisor is Dr. Boğazlı Docent Dolaşmış.
My also is my research is techniques and principles of language. Session by
Como ver o jovem estou? Nossa, não vou ver nessa.
As a criminal, So our next graduate, Sipek Sultanbek, and the same of his qualification papers, developing kids communication skills using the game Fatima, and his scientific advisor is Doctor of Philosophy, Docent Sitwa Umet. Dameglu Tabari.
Okay. The presentation for today is my scientific work. My topic is effectiveness of using songs and games in teaching English to children. And according to the speech of our highly respected president of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Miromonovich Mirziyoyev, today in the field of education, in the domain of education in children's life, a new time is coming. And in order to enhance their speaking competence, not only speaking, educational dexterity, we should rely on ourselves and it depends on our it depends on our educational competence.
So it's you got the department,
Yes,
which one?
C1.
Which
What's
one?
the level?
One to one.
What's the level?
What about the IELTS?
I do not have.
You don't know. No, you saw that one. Yeah, small.
So, my important question, your topic is effectively to build the songs and games in teaching English to children. Now, let's talk about the implementation of this work in Karagopar theory now. How we are going to implement this method?
Okay, in Karagopar language, right?
Not in Karagopar theory.
Classes in Karagopar schools.
You know that English is considered as a second language for students, for kids.
English is second language. We are ESLs or EFLs?
ESL.
EFLs, yeah. It means English is not our second language.
No. EFL.
We are learning the foreign language.
And we also should find our songs and games related to that topic in order to acquire the intended result. In order that our methods and method will be efficient.
Efficient.
Yeah.
Why to answer?
Huh? But I don't consider this answer appropriate to your question.
That's okay. Now, let's talk about the results of using this method in Karagopar classes compared to English native speakers classes. What are the outcomes can be or maybe using these songs and games in teaching children? I hope you got it.
I do not pose the answer to this question.
So, now,
Because I didn't understand, I didn't catch your question precisely.
now, please, pay attention. And your topic is using songs and games in teaching English to children. And now, let's consider and let's compare the results of this method in Karagopar classes and in native speakers classes. What are the outcomes maybe?
The results may not be similar.
Similar.
Yeah, because
In what ways?
in terms of learning, in terms of understanding this language precisely, because Karagopar classes do not study English very deeply.
The English is not their native one.
Yeah.
This is well,
I have no question. Normal.
see what?
Thank you.
You should know.
graduate Mumbai and the same is Zambiana. The same is nationality, influence, and same is the singularity and the feature of expression. And your scientific advisor is Habib Rahman.
Good morning, everyone. My speech is about relation of in products and things as singularity and the features of expression. Proverb is a way from saying that presents
Please.
About the second chapter.
second chapter. My second chapter is devoted to comparative analysis of English and Uzbek programs and things as expressing scenario of yours. And subject, chapter is repeat our main attention to the objects in teaching process analysis culture feature of two languages.
Well,
So our next will be Zabaiba Dinaras. And the same of your qualification paper is specifically English types of word formation by means of adjective. And your scientific advisor is Yoldaş Narbay Yoldaş.
Good morning, everyone. My today's work about specifically English types of word formation by means of adjective, borrowing and word building. Okay. All word formation provides for margin and relation, the vocabulary of the language. Word formation is a creation of new words from elements already existing in the language. Affixation is the formation of a new word by means of attaching affixes to a string. A string is a part of a word which remains unchanged throughout its grammatical process, both lexical and grammatical meaning. A root is a basic part of a word which remains unchanged in the process of morphological derivation. Shows the lexical meaning of the word. Affixation, adding affixes to an existing word, is a common way of creating new words. Affixes serve as a prefix to several classes of words. It can be prefixed to verbs, as in plan, wash. It can also be prefixed to adjective and to nouns.
So our next will be literacy biology, and the same is aspects of technologies as basic principles and procedures of teaching foreign language. And scientific advice ulaştılar bayağı ulaştı.
Research works, linguist techniques and principles.
She hasn't sent us to the PPT format.
Okay, I don't have priorities.
Sorry,
I don't have e-version.
you do not have e-version? Okay, no matter.
Okay.
Start. Yes.
Sections are the techniques and the sorts as the principles. It's important to recognize methods in thoughts and actions because teaching isn't entirely about one or the other. It's very important for you to become aware of the thoughts that guide your actions in the classroom. You have thoughts about your subjects, no matter what language is, what culture is, or about your students, who they are as learners, and how it is they learn. You have also have thoughts and about yourself as a teacher and what you can do to help your students learn. Everyone knows that being a good teacher means giving positive feedback to students and being concerned about the affective side of their feelings. Observing in class will give you a greater understanding of particular methods and will give you an opportunity to reflect on your own practice than if you were to simply read to description. 10 questions the teacher need to answer. What are the goals of teacher? Who use this method? What's the role of teachers? What's the role of the students? What are the some characteristics of the teaching and learning process? The grammar translation method. The grammar translation method was called the classical method since it was first used in the teaching of the classical language, Latin and Greek. This method was used for the purpose of helping students read and appreciate foreign language literature. So the students of grammar of the target language, students would become more familiar with the grammar of their native language, and that this familiarity with the grammar of their native language better. Finally, it was thought that foreign language learning would help to students grow interactively. And then principles. Learning a foreign language is to be able to read literature, writing, and read. Literary language is superior to spoken language. If students can translate from one language into another, they are considered successful language learners. Deductive application of an grammar rule is a useful pedagogical techniques. Language learning provides good mental exercises. And the role of students' native language, the meaning of the target language is made clear by translating the students' native language. The language that is used in class is mostly the students' native language.
Questions?
Okay, are you done? Are you presenting for your presentation? I just want to ask you about the methods and techniques that you use during your research paper.
I use grammar translation as I mentioned.
Okay, next one. What are your tasks?
I research exhibits and techniques of learning foreign languages. How to learn the second language, the third or the foreign language.
You said that word just message was about grammar translation lesson, yeah, your outcome. But here you are talking about modern techniques of teaching English. Do you think that grammar translation lesson is modern nowadays and is actual?
Yes. Without knowing grammar, you can't speak. You need to have skills of grammar. When you speak, you need to say the times in the right way. If you say right now, say that you use the past simple, you can't. The other people couldn't understand what you mean.
You want to say that without grammar, it's not possible to just teach English.
Yes.
And during the lesson, just teaching process, you need to teach and use just grammar translation
Not
method.
just. The first they need to learn grammar, then vocabulary, then they can speak in another language.
Okay, what kind of strategy do you suggest then? To learn just grammar translation method as the first and fourth grade learners, yeah? And just move to the other just innovative methods. Are you suggesting this kind of strategy of teaching?
Yes, but you can also add like some modern methods, like by listening not only grammar. The people, the students, the kids which are learning English grammar, they can also when they use listening tasks, they could understand the words. They can understand how they pronounce, how they call, and that's what.
Okay. Do your teachers at this university use grammar translation lessons during the lesson? And I think not always, yeah, and it's a very in a minimized way. And do you think that it's disadvantage of teaching English?
No, it's not disadvantage. The main thing in English, you can just speak. You know grammar. If you don't know grammar, it doesn't matter because when you have like community skill, you can speak without grammar by saying words. But anyway, the other people which you talk, he or she will understand you.
Okay, my last question will be about the subtopic that you mentioned in your contents. Yeah, what are the negative aspects of techniques? What kind of techniques do you just mean here?
Using my social work. I use it grammar translation as I mentioned. I first find information in Russian.
Sorry for just interrupting you, but I'm talking about techniques. Grammar translation is a method, not technique. But here you mentioned about techniques. Positive and negative aspects of techniques.
It's how you teach, how you explain to your students. Do you use like modern or
Didn't get you.
I don't know.
Bizim soru değişiyor zaten. Uzun iki tane